Just setting up the charts real quick. I'm a bit late today. I was pretty much up until like 4:30 in the morning, just scalping and trading the markets. So I'm a bit behind, so I just gotta finish setting up some levels. Those of you guys that follow me on social media, on IG, you guys have been knowing since Friday night that the market was gapping down and then it continued. Saturday and Sunday, I said the market was going to continue to sell off due to the conflicts in Israel, in the Middle East. So we had a nice gap down on the Dow, ES, NASDAQ. We had a beautiful gap up on oil and gold. Oil, obviously, because it's the Middle East, and you guys know that the biggest deposits of oil are in the Middle East. So this conflict will affect that. Now, again, I want to let you guys know I am not a financial advisor, but these are the things that I am doing. So I actually took a short on NASDAQ on the Forex side on Friday due to the fact that it was highly overextended to the upside. And as you can see, I'm already up over 1,000 on just ES. I'm up on ZL. Well, it's not going to show now, but I was up like over $500 on ZL. NQ. So NQ, we had this massive run up. So NQ, we had this massive run up, which we reached the 15,130 area, and I took a short looking for NASDAQ to come back and retest this area here or even possibly here. I'm very pleased to see that it's been consolidating around the 15,000 area. Now I'm looking for the open. So at the open, we might have a deeper retracement, maybe somewhere to like 14,950, in which case I will be a buyer. Another thing that I'm going to be looking at is I'm already picking up some energy stocks. When oil started doing the pullback last week, when oil dropped down to sub $82 a barrel. And now with the conflicts, I'm going to be looking at Smith & Wesson, companies that produce components for defense vehicles, or even companies that are publicly traded that produce defense weapons or even offensive weapons, such as, planes, tanks, all that stuff. So a lot of the companies that may have like government contracts where they're producing weapons and stuff like that, they may some of the major ones may not be publicly traded, but a way that I'm going to be able to invest in and essentially take advantage of this predicament is I'm going to be looking to pick up shares on companies that either produce one component or the other. Now, to do this, it's a bit of researching, right? Because you're going to have to look up, okay, what companies produce such and such, and then once you do that, then it's like, okay, well, is this company publicly traded? No, it's not. Or yes, it is. And if it's no, then it's like, okay, well, who do they get their products from, right? So there's a great deal of research that goes into playing stuff like this. But on a simple basis, for today, NASDAQ, ES, Dow Jones. NASDAQ at one point was down like 40 points, over 40 points, and that was last night. And again, I gave every single play by play on my IG story Friday night. I want to say it was probably like Friday, maybe 10 p.m. in the evening. The market had already gapped down, and the market already gapped down like 48 points. And then I hear about the news. I'm like, okay, the market's definitely gonna gap down on Sunday, and then it just continued to sell off. And what the hell? The fuck? Give me a few. I'm gonna look the scale in on NQ here. Do 1525. So I'm gonna start off with the micros on NQ. I'm not sure if you guys are asking questions. Good morning, good morning. What's up, Dart Trader? Yeah, my trade of is working perfectly. No issues so far. Let me double check my other accounts. What up, everyone? Smith and Wesson moving out of new. Better taxes. Apologies if you already said. Yeah, I'm looking for longs today. The market's gapped down, so depending on where you're trading, you might not see. So yeah, so I'm gonna be playing for the gap fill, and let me alert the rest of the people that I am live. All right. My trade of eight is not working. Really? Um, is that the so? Is it the actual trade of eight, like your actual account or a broker? Um,
Order filled.
okay, as you can see, I just got filled on my funded account. Damn, they might be hating on you today, bro. Sucks. And let's see. Yeah, mine's opening up, no problem, easy.
Carl, good morning to you. Yeah, and we have a developing situation in the north of the country now. The Israeli Defense Force saying that they killed a number of militants who crossed the border from Lebanon
Fucking
into
lies.
Israel just a short time ago. Hezbollah
Gold short.
it wasn't them. They have not
Because of the
warned
conflict,
invasion in the
I don't
north
think
of
gold is a
Israeli
short
military
today.
active in the
If
northern
anything, I mean, if
to
anything,
shelter in
maybe
place there. This military continues what they call as an extensive
if gold gets
operation
below
in the south.
1855, yes, possibly look for a short. But I'm more interested in watching some sort of retracement to enter longs, because this conflict is going to um this conflict is just is going to go on for some time. So I don't really see gold going down too far. I do see oil continuing to push, probably back over $90 a barrel. As you can see, oil closed at 82.84. It opened up at like 85.20, did a quick little drop, and then just ran all the way up to over $87 a barrel. Right here, you can see it's creating some support and continue to create higher lows. So I'm looking for buys on oil, but more so just to give myself some really a good amount of time. I'm just gonna pick up some equity, some oils, energy stocks, or just energy stocks that has to do stocks that are in the energy sector. So I'm going to be looking for companies that have been severely beaten down, some that's been holding maybe a 5 to 6% gain, and then I'll start scaling into a position there. But overall, yeah, the market's going to continue up. I'm looking for buys, right? And as you can see, ES has beautifully respected this 4306 area. And initially, the news was negative to the point that it causes the market to gap down. But then the market's going to end up recovering and going higher because it doesn't necessarily fully affect the US. And if anything, it's more of an opportunity for US based companies to increase in value because of the amount of money that comes from wars. Like, wars are very, very profitable. So somewhere, somehow, somebody's about to make buku money. Right now, it's sad to say because yes, there's lives that are being lost on both sides, and it's sad, but it's the reality that we're in. So it's like things are going to happen regardless whether we say something or do something or however we feel about it. And at the end of the day, it's like, all right, well, play your game. How can you better yourself, or how can you gain something from this, right? It's an opportunity. That's the way I'm viewing at it. I'm keeping my emotions out of it, for specific reasons, and I'm just in here objectively looking and seeing, okay, what's happening on the back end? How can I position myself to basically to reap some of the some benefits and opportunity that comes from this. So overall, I'm long biased on the market because again, this conflict doesn't necessarily 100% affect the U.S. in a negative way. Okay. Yeah, buddy, what's up? What's up? Nah, for sure, bro. You as well. Yo, did you watch the show? Put my glasses on. Mm. Okay, okay. Let's see. Hmm. There we go. Many things you can give the Ukrainians. All right, adding to NQ at 1512. I'm long NQ at 1512, and I haven't even set up the forex side. Fuck.
something that's pretty neutral.
Are you
If
kidding
they've been
me?
watching some of these cybersecurity stocks, sure, impersonation stocks, so to speak, like Zscaler, doing better. That group is just doesn't matter. I would have thought that maybe because of
Give me a
some
second,
links
guys.
to Israel would matter. No, I think we're still.
Zscaler did get that upgrade out of
Yeah,
Barclays.
but Zscaler, everybody. I mean, the love for Zscaler, it is extraordinary given the fact that Microsoft is supposed to be coming after them, but there's a belief that Microsoft is just inept in cybersecurity. I don't want to ever say Microsoft's inept about anything. But CrowdStrike makes fun of them constantly in their conference calls. Say they're just not the guys.
Understood. I know CrowdStrike.
All right.
Thank you. We spent a good amount of time on Friday talking about, of course, the prospect of a very large deal for ExxonMobil buying Pioneer.
Yeah.
No press release this morning. As I reported on Friday from people who were familiar with sort of the nature of the talks, things were not as far along as perhaps had been thought, given the reporting in the Wall Street Journal and others that might have indicated an expectation of a deal over the weekend. That said, typically leaks like that do tend to bring things to a quicker pace so that you can get to a deal, eliminate any uncertainty. See, Exxon shares are up.
Order filled.
Because, of course, oil is up, as we've been discussing this morning. They were down on Friday. There is an expectation in the marketplace that if a deal is to be reached, it would be a lot of Exxon stock. As I pointed out on Friday, Darren Woods, the company CEO, has been quite price disciplined, at least in the small snapshot of M&A that we've had an opportunity to watch, namely Denbury, a deal that was announced a couple of months back by the company. They were now aligned on price there. They did use all stock there. Is that expected here?
Okay.
Perhaps in terms of what will it look like? I've heard nothing that indicates this thing is not in line still to occur, Jim. But it may have been.
My new average is 1502. 1502. Yeah, 1502 is my new average on NQ.
That has not obviously happened. And again, price discipline and the use of a lot of stock seems to be sort of where the market is right now.
I know the Journal made this is my own editorial analysis to see what I said when I spoke with Mr. Sheffield on April 27th, which is that they had really no interest in
Order filled.
a new CEO coming in. So I thought they should have been more circumspect in their deal XYZ. Then you had Israel. You had
Order filled.
Yes, I do think the talks are real, without a doubt.
too, but I'm just saying.
Without a doubt. So, I mean, Sheffield could change his mind from April.
Absolutely change my mind, but I think that where the stock is versus where they might be.
Nice pop on Dow.
Surprised that he was
Let's go. So right now we can see that the Dow Jones is moving up beautifully, right? Dow Jones is almost wiping out all of its losses so far, and you can see it's getting really, really close to fill that gap, right? Meanwhile, ES not as much, and NQ is doing the complete opposite of it, which is a really good sign that and that I'll go right to green. Yeah, NQ is gonna play around a bit, but we can see that the Dow is getting close to it, and as long as ES can continue to hold and get closer to the gap, we're gonna end up seeing a nice reversal on NQ.
We're all natural gas. We have dollar finding costs. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Tom Jordan, visionary, that he felt natural gas would.
Come on, baby.
Well, we were speaking of the Journal a moment ago and the reporting on PXT and Exxon. We also should know it's just the same reporting on Disney and Nelson Peltz. And the prospect of activism yet again from Mr. Peltz in Disney, perhaps even trying to nominate not just himself for the board of directors, but slate. That's very much unclear at this point. My understanding is Disney has not seen any names from Nelson Peltz.
Order filled.
Conversations I've reported on them in the past between Peltz and management.
Now it's about the same. Let's go. Come on.
That hasn't gone anywhere.
Did I get filled?
for yet another
No,
boxing fight.
I just added to NQ
Last time around, when famously after my interview with him, there was a belt said
on the Forex side. Let's go.
stop potentially at least a
My understanding is 30 million.
30 million shares.
I'm also taking a long position on Euro USD.
What they seem to be, at least what I understand, is the question from Disney that I get that they say the conversation with Peltz. This is what they're telling people. Has been a content-free conversation. In other words, what's the plan?
I'm just watching for today, I guess. My trader rate don't. Damn, bro, that sucks. Yeah, cause mine's up. I have both funded accounts open and actual accounts. About to be like, where you located? What, you up in the mountains?
Trying to get direct to consumer to profitability sooner, questioning more or less everything going on at the company. Very different than when he first took over last November, and Peltz was coming at them then. So yeah,
Peltz is just shocked at the decline in market value and then down to $70 billion. And plus, I think that there's a belief in his camp reps that the company reflects the value of the theme parks, but not much else.
I'm also gonna set a buy limit on ZL. There we go. Let's go NQ. Yes, baby. Get up there.
Disney and its shareholders will benefit from his presence on the board. Obviously, Disney doesn't believe that's the case. No, they feel like his expertise in consumer goods is not necessarily, or at least that's this again, they'd say transferable to the board, and so they continue to question exactly what the agenda is that he's bringing to bear.
Good morning, Queen.
Say, listen, I can help you, Bob.
Maybe you need some fresh ideas.
Re-downloaded the platform and reinstalled. Try the web version. Try to log in through the web version. I actually have it, like the web version. I haven't actually downloaded the software onto my devices, especially again because web version. So try the web version. See if that works for you.
But that would be one of 1,000 options that she'd like to take, including an arm.
But yeah, you would think in some ways Disney would just say, fine, just go on. Fine. They're not interested in that.
Oh, oil slip.
The disruption and the distraction from a proxy fight just adds to it. Sometimes you might just simply say, all right, just go forward. Let's see what we got else. But they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They will need a slate, if he, in fact, he does present a slate of directors. I'm told they will obviously review them as they should, see if there's anybody interesting there. They don't feel at this point that he's got the necessary
Do you think that
qualifications.
you interviewed Bob Iger? How many boxes have been checked when you interviewed?
Come on.
It feels like everything has been put into at least some just as we're doing it this way, we're not going to continue to.
Oh, yes, let's go. Let's go. Come on, baby. Get over 15. Get over 15. Oof. Lord.
Speaking of Apple, Bernstein out today.
So it's looking like the Dow has filled the gap. Come on, close to it. Not yet, not yet. The full gap fill on Dow Jones is going to be at 33,621. Come on, we need NQ to stop playing with me and just do your thing. She gonna turn, man. She gonna turn. I ain't even worried. I ain't even worried. I ain't worried about nothing.
So much smarter than ChatGPT. It's just as sympathetic, still a yes man.
I ain't worried about nothing. Gap fill on NQ is 130. Oh, 130. What would that be for me? We're looking at over 100 points. 130 points. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, not too shabby. Could rock with this. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. Yes, sir. Come on. Yes.
Order filled. Order filled.
Ooh.
Things are not looking good for SBF. Then again, he does not miss defense.
Order filled.
Let's go. Give me that. Give me the sauce. Oh, yeah. Smoke something. Smoke. Ooh, let's go. Let's knocking some profits here. Euro USD is pushing. Let's go. Can we get this gap fill on EU? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it. Now we're waking up. Now we're waking up. Beautiful bounce off of the EMA. And look at the exact area where I was looking for price to pull back to and reversed. Take a sip of my water. All right. Let's go. Up 43 points on NASDAQ long from an average of 15,002. I'll look to take some profits over 1570. Was it 15? I think it's 1570. Whatever the manage this group.
But it did move the stock up, hence when you got the deal today, the stock's down. But you can see what we're talking about. It's that move up right there. Right. The deal itself does also include a CVR. They haven't worked out contingent value, right? They haven't worked out the CVR thing for shareholders in the past. At least if you were a shareholder of Celgene or the big ones haven't typically returned what they said in the press release was potentially available if certain benchmarks were hit. They are used for to get you paid if in fact a drug that is very early in trials oftentimes actually proves to be commercially viable. And in this case, it could be worth as much as $12 or $1 billion more in total. So you're talking about really 4.8 billion to 5.8 billion. Although when you net out cash, it's actually a 3.7 billion purchase for Bristol right now. But it could be worth 12.
Go, baby, go, baby, go, go, go.
Order filled.
Let's take some profits over here. All right, so I've just closed out 3 contracts. I have another 3 contracts left to go on NQ. Go, baby, go, baby. Tell them something nice. And ES is pushing. Let's go. I want this smoke. I want you, baby. All right. And as you can see, gold is also turning. Just entered into a long position on GBP USD. GBP USD has a gap to fill. Euro USD has a gap to fill. What is it? Dow almost. Dow was so close to filling that gap. But let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Whoa, 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 whoa. I hope everyone took some profits. Move your stop loss to break even. If you want, that's your choice. But I'm definitely locking in some profits. Not playing around. Plus, I've been I've been printing since 6:05 yesterday, so
Doesn't sound right to me, but
I ain't even set up my institutional levels.
Defense oil, Jim. That's all. Yes. Although down 26 points here.
Up 1.7% on the day. Oof. Yes, baby.
factor in this, and they don't have the bonds. I mean, it was very interesting that when I polled people this
I
weekend
like that. I
about
like
bonds,
that.
half said, "Oh wow, rates are going to go higher on this." Well, whatever. And then half said, "Flight to
Yep.
quality."
Yep.
You kind of visualize it.
People were sleeping. Well, first at 6 p.m. I mean, it was Sunday, so people were probably watching football, hanging out. I was printing. Then in the evening, I did some back end work for the prop firm, and then stayed on, printed some more. 3, 4 in the morning, people are sleeping. I'm printing. I probably got like what, maybe I got about what, 8, no, 7 something. So I got like maybe 3.5 hours sleep. Rich people who sleep. Allegedly, they don't.
So smart. I think he's the person who has
Nice, nice.
the most military background of any of these people.
We haven't really mentioned autos. GM, of course, was a story on Friday as they were spared some further strikes.
Listen,
Suggest some progress.
what can I say? If you really want to be able to print those times, I've gotten more active on giving out analysis and different reasons as to what's going to happen on the Sunday Open and even throughout the weeks. So if you want to be kept up on that, check out my
When you have a contract and it's not guaranteed.
Order filled.
check out my IG page. Okay, so from Friday, like a lot of people found out about the conflict of Israel and Gaza yesterday. Some people found out about it Sunday afternoon or Saturday afternoon. I've been known about this since Friday evening. I posted about the market was selling off, and I know not everyone can track the buys and sells of the market through the dark pool like I'm able to. But yeah, so I posted it. I gave the game plan. Literally, I want to say what, 4 hours before the market opened. The game plan was to, oh, hold on, let me lock in some profits here.
It's like, well, when am I going to get
Order filled.
All right, so just took some off at 15,059 on Nasdaq. She going. So I posted. I told people what was gonna happen. Gold was gonna gap up. Oil was gonna gap up. The markets was gonna gap down. Initially, when I first posted, Dow Jones was only gapping down 48 points. It went from 48 points to 120, 120 to 170. And at 120, I'm like, the market's most likely going to gap down 200 points. 10 minutes before the open, the market had gapped down 230 points. And essentially is what I said. I'm going to be looking for buys because I know that this conflict, even though, yes, the U.S. is backing Israel, there's always been conflict between these two nations. And I don't know if people notice, but Israel is the United States of America's guard dog over there in the Middle East. So, which is why anytime they get into some conflict or whatever, they get a ton of support from the U.S. And initially, because the U.S. is going to be involved, initially at first the market dropped, just like what happened with Ukraine and Russia, right? Not much involvement of the U.S. initially, and the market dropped on the conflict of Ukraine and Russia. And then what happened? What happened shortly after that? Literally days after, the market rallied and went higher, right? So initial news, yes, there's a negative reaction, but then once it's really absorbed and it's seen that, oh snap, like there's a lot of opportunity to make money, plain and simple, right? Wars are expensive, but they're also very profitable. And it's sad because during these conflicts, people end up losing their lives, and that's it's terrible. It's a very terrible thing. Um, but it's not much, an individual can do about it. So we look at, okay, what's the alternative? What can I do? Okay, well, I can put myself in a better position to, you know, capitalize on these things. Some people may look at me cold hearted, but it's like I can't do nothing. I didn't start this. So at the end of the day, if I can put myself in a better position to gain more capital or to increase my net worth so I can do more for family and relatives, that's what we got to do. So as traders, we have to be traders, investors, any sort. You have to take the emotional side out of things and just look at things objectively and based off numbers. Jesus. Took some profits at the top. Hey, what? Up 80. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got one contract left to close. But I'm gonna try to see if I can hold out for at least 15,100 on NQ. But guys, I'm pretty much good for the day. What is it? Not even 10 o'clock. I mean, I've been good since early morning, anyways. But yeah, I mean, let's take a look at. Okay, let's take a look at ES just nonstop. Yeah. So now a pullback on ES back to, let's say, 43.20 would be a really, really good re-entry area. Let me notify some people on this loveliness so they can see the accuracy of my calls. Like, bruh. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm moving I've moved my stop loss on my last contract on NQ to in profit. So if it was to come down to 15.20, my in profit stop loss on NQ is 15.20. Yeah, I think so too. But I would on CL, I would like um, a deeper retracement. Pull in, and it has this gap. So to be honest, I would probably look for a long sub 84. I would really want to see this gap fill before actually trading CL, because you can see that the initial move has already happened. Like, you had to have shown up yesterday at the open to reap the benefits, because ever since then it's just been creating lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. And if you look on this 1 hour time frame, beautiful rejection off of the EMA, drop, nice little bounce, but this bounce was weak. So on oil, I'm gonna be interested in oil possibly around 84, but I would really like to see oil come and retest, because even though we have a gap here, right, it's broken structure. So I would like to see a pullback to then scale into it. But for those of you guys that trade oils, obviously, you have your set strategy that you like to use. So by all means, do your thing.
Except for maybe the health insurers. Look at cybersecurity. Palo Alto, which I think is the king of if it's just a cash reward, doing an amazing job. Chubb just knows it. Just kind of unstoppable. And I think a lot of this is because people say, all right, when any sort of turmoil, someone's going to try to take advantage of this. And also because last week, Clorox, their statement did not indicate that they were basically through with it. They're getting further, but you want to have something which just says to the bad guys, let me go to somebody else. Yeah, that's between this one and somebody else. Oh, they have Palo Alto. Let me go with the other guy. And that's a really great thing that Nikesh has done. Good.
That Clorox action was interesting.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about Walmart either. The action Friday on Walmart and today, worst performing down in.
You know, I just think that Walmart, they made that statement saying that there's been a slowdown and it related to Wegovy and to Mounjaro. I think that was something that they wish they'd take back. I think they wish been a little more specific, say, you know what, we got some weakness, but we're not sure which way to go. Because it's not like you can sit there and sell those Debbie donuts, whatever they do, or you can switch. You can switch. I mean, my wife was in the store that had a whole aisle of tasty cakes. I think that I would switch that up to maybe like rice cakes.
Not tonight, Jim. Well,
But we're going to talk about how Larry Williams' chart was saying, look out, this is a big move up. Yep.
following Friday's
Yeah.
action.
Hey, David, do you think that they should have cardboard or rice cakes? Just in terms of taste.
I mean, you can't really tell the difference.
Well, you can put avocado on cardboard, it doesn't go through.
That's true.
Cardboard won't kill you. I hate it when
I have one contract. I scaled in. I had a total of 6 contracts on NQ long, and I've had lowered my average down to 1502. So I've been scaling out minis and micros. So one account I'm trading the minis. The other account I'm trading the micros, and both same thing. So the account that I'm trading the minis, I'm currently in the evaluation phase. Watch me. I'm super bad.
I got something that makes me want to shout.
Oh,
Watch me.
I'm super bad. Um, 3, 6, 650K accounts. Six with Take Profit Trader. Yeah. I already have 100, 150, and I have 100 with Rhythmic. I have 250Ks with Rhythmic. So just adding Take Profit Trader, because with them you can take profit that day. Whereas with Apex, anyone that's funded with Apex, you're gonna see there's only specific days that you can initiate the request. It's the 1st to the 5th of the beginning of the month, and then it's the 15th to the 20th of the month that you can request the withdrawals. So even though I'm way past that for a 3-month period, I still want to be able to, if I have a very good day, I can choose to take it out. So yeah, so just adding Take Profit Trader to the list. And let's see, I started this account last week, and I'm currently $2,800 away from passing. So I just gotta make another 2,800 on the 3 accounts, and I'll be funded.
Israel over the weekend. As we do get set for a
Everything is
crowded
supply
calendar
and
this week. Some bets
Q
begin, of course, at the
this.
beginning of Q3 earnings season.
We're about 30 minutes into today's trade.
Yeah, yesterday's yeah NQ. Yeah, you could see a little something over here. So I would just love another pullback, to be honest. If we get another pullback on NQ, and let's say I get stopped out at 1520, I'm just gonna look to rescale back into it. I would love a deeper retracement, to be honest. Like, yo, any deep retracement that this market does, I am buying. I mean, I cannot stress this enough. Especially again because I know the upside target, and as long as I don't over leverage my accounts, bro, like this is gonna play out beautifully. So you guys are seeing examples of my short-term view and gains and entries, and my long-term view and where I'm looking for the market to overall go. And for all the newcomers, I mean, you can ask anyone on my stream, anyone in the chat. I mean, ever since I started streaming last year, my calls are on point. Do I take losses? Absolutely. There's been a few times that I've taken losses, but overall, my win rate is over 85%. I'm about to get stopped out in profits on NQ. You know what? Okay, I might as well just take it off. I'll leave it. Stop hit on NQ. So anyone in here can attest and tell you guys about my calls and everything that I know outside of the traditional realms of trading, right? It's not just, okay, yeah, we have a strategy, good risk management, position sizing is important, and then the knowledge of fundamentals and technicals and why and how certain things affect the markets, right? Again, for the newcomers, you guys have to understand, like, coming in here, it's not just, oh, I'm gonna learn a strategy and I'm gonna make a ton of money. No, because there's so many other things that plays into it. Discipline, being able to have accountability, being able to actually do what you say you're going to do and plan accordingly. Hold on, I think I might want to rescale in.
Order filled.
Okay, scaling back in on NQ at 14,999. So yeah, there's a lot of things that comes into play into being able to trade and to have consistency, discipline, again, accountability, understanding what you're trading, what affects it, also position sizing and risk management. Those two big things I feel is more important than the strategy, because risk management will keep you from hoping and wishing when things go bad or things go against you. Proper position sizing will keep you from blowing your account. If you take a position that's too big for your account and then you have a small micro move and now you see you're down half of your account value, like that'll get the heart racing, palm sweat, and then you're just like, oh my god, what do I do, right? So those things are extremely, extremely important, because as day traders, as swing traders, we are risk assessors. Okay, we are assessing the risk and then we're executing. And one of my favorite things is I like to do a minimum of 3-to-1 ratio. Okay, what does that mean? Oh, let's not enlarge this. Okay. What does that mean, you ask? I will tell you. So 3-to-1 ratio works like this. So I get into a trade, right? And let's say on this trade, I'm looking to
order filled.
Let's say I'm looking to make $500, right? If I'm looking to make $500, I shouldn't risk $500, because now it becomes a 1-to-1. Who wants, it's a 50-50 ratio, right? So it's, you literally, you could just close your eyes and just pick and choose. But if we drop it to where, let's say I'm risking $200 to make $500, it's a better win to loss ratio, right? I'm risking 2 to make 500, right? So that ends up coming out to a 2-to-1, a little slightly above a 2-to-1 ratio. Now, if I drop it to it, let's say I'm risking $150 to make $500. Now I've increased it to over a 4-to-1 ratio. I'm risking 150, but I stand to make 4 times that amount. And this is how I personally look at trades before I enter. What am I really risking? What is my potential downside? Because everyone, when they come in, they just focus on, oh, I can make this much money. Absolutely. You can make tens of thousands of dollars a day, but you can also lose tens of thousands of dollars a day, right? If you don't have good position sizing, understand position sizing, and if you don't have good risk management, right? Some people, they actually have a negative risk to reward ratio, meaning they're risking $500 to make $200. It's absurd, right? So it's very important that all newcomers, even intermediate and even advanced traders, because at some point, we get caught up in things and we forget these basic things, right? So keeping that in mind, that you always, before you hit that button, and if you miss it, listen, there's always going to be another opportunity. Granted, as long as you, knock on wood, as long as you can wake up every morning and you can move, right, you're going to be able to make money in the market. The market is here. As long as, I tell people, as long as we have civilization on this planet, the market's going to be there. Okay, it may get more volatile, maybe not as much, but there's always going to be opportunities here. So if you don't make something today, you miss an entry, the hell with it. Come back tomorrow, come back the next day. And for those of you guys that have aspirations to do this full time, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to tell you what I've personally done. Okay, when I made the choice to go full time, I didn't just, oh, I had a good month or 2 months of consistency win, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go full time. No, I had to build up to that position. All right, I learned it. I studied trading for literally 18 months before I even executed a single trade. And my first trade, I can remember, I will never forget this. My first trade was a company that Google had, it was investing in, and they made these glasses, Google glasses. It's called, I think it was like HMNY. And my first trade on this on Scottrade, I made $34 in like 5 minutes. It was amazing, right? And then from there, it increased. My next trade was like $920. My third trade taking was like $1,200. And granted, what I will say to this is that every time any new person, or even people that have been trading, you want to come into the market, you want to understand the current conditions of the market. I was very fortunate, and when I started trading, the market was coming off of the '08 crash. Now, I'm not going to take away from my skills and how I'm able to view and understand the charts, but I was very fortunate that the market was coming off of the '08 crash. So any little thing, stocks were running 30, 40, 50% that day, right? But in order for me to have been able to participate in those stocks, I had to have done some sort of research, right? I had to have done some sort of work for that particular company to pop onto my radar, to where then I assess the company as like, oh, this is going to be a good trade for tomorrow, right? So the work was being put in. And I will say this, like, I literally for the first few years, I ate, I slept, I shit trading. You could not find me doing anything in my regular day life that did not involve me looking at chart. Went to the bathroom, I'm sitting on the toilet looking at charts. I'm reading. Taking a shower, my phone is right there. I'm eating dinner, my phone's right there. I'm looking at charts. And if you guys have been on my IG page even till now, majority of the time somebody takes a photo of me, my head is down. I'm looking at the chart like I am obsessed with this, right? So to see someone that's been doing this for 10 years and still having that same level of obsession. I mean, maybe not the same level because I'm a little bit more relaxed now, but that's the type of drive that you need to have if you want to do this full time. Now, understand it's not easy, right? The losses are going to happen. I went through periods of time where I took substantial losses where my confidence was shook, like, and that comes from just being like so stubborn, like, yeah, no, this is what's gonna happen. And it's like, even though we may have an analysis like, okay, this may happen, but there's always that percentage that it may not do what we expect it to do. And point in question was WPCS, which was a company, which was the first listed company that was actually purchased a crypto exchange. And back in 2014, I saw and could see that digital currency was going to be big. It was the next phase, and I would literally have put the house on that company. And initially, my analysis worked where I was expecting the stock to go from like $3 and change all the way to like 540, 530, and then from there 7 something, and then 12. And initially it worked, but then something very messed up happened where the CEO was diluting the shares, and I took my first biggest hit. My first biggest loss was like over 6K. And now that I look at it, it's like, okay, oh damn, it's not much. But at that time, having a $25,000 account and losing $6,000, that's big. That's a huge percentage of my account. It shot my confidence for like 3, 4 months. I would analyze charts, but I just wouldn't execute, right? And then it got to a point where losing $6,000 was a drop in the bucket. Then I took my second biggest loss. I want to say probably was like $50,000. I lost like $50,000 in like 2 weeks. And as you see, like as you grow, the more money you make, the more you'll be able to risk and essentially lose, because losses do happen, right? But during this period, you're also going to be able to refine your strategies, refine how you come in and approach the market, refine yourself as to where you're going to be more disciplined. You're not going to over leverage your accounts. You're not going to get too emotional because you are wrong, because again, there's going to be somewhere between 15 to 20 or even 35% of the time where we are going to be wrong, right? And we have to accept that and keep moving forward. So just understand that it's not just strategies. You're not going to come in and just make a ton of money in one day. We can get lucky a couple of times, but to have longevity, you have to be meticulous, you have to be strategic, and you have to be disciplined. And above all, as well, you also have to have some sort of accountability. If you say you're going to not trade for the day, don't trade for the day. I have a ton of students where they say that they're done trading. Next thing you know, they're up 2, 3 grand in a day. Oh, I'm done trading. I'm done trading. 2 p.m. rolls around. Man, I gave it all back. Da-da. Like, bro, you said you weren't going to trade. You made 3 grand on a day. And again, this is the one industry where you can make $5,000-$10,000 a day. It's like, damn it, I could have made more. It's like, why can't we be satisfied? But again, I guess it comes down to wanting to improve and just take as much from this market as possible. And I myself have done that several times where I might have a 7, a 10, a 20K day, and then the thing just keeps on going. I'm like, damn, I left X amount on the table. And it's like, bro, I just made somebody's yearly salary in a day. Most people don't even make $25,000 a year. So if I'm able to make that in a day, and then it's just like, damn, right? And I don't say this to brag, but it's just more as to the perspective of things, and how you can start off just making 50, 100, 500, and during your career you're going to end up scaling up to where making $500 becomes it's click of a button. Okay, $500. Making $1,000 comes up. So for anyone that has any doubts, like, oh damn, can they do it? I went through those doubts. But if you really have a clear vision of where you want to be, and if you know 100% this is what you want to do, you will be tested, right? And what's going to separate you from or keep you from your success is you. It's not the markets, it's not anyone else. And I do understand that sometimes people are in, special situations or circumstances, but everything can be overcame. And I'm not going to dive too much into it, but I can probably say there's not many people on here that has overcome as much adversities as I have. And I'll probably share that with you guys on a later date, but just not today. When I first entered this chat 2 months ago, I had a negative risk reward, but you're welcome, buddy. You're welcome, Doc. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all see how we up again on NQ? Take profits or not to take profits? Probably should, right? Sending. Awesome, Dark Trader. Nice. Facts. When in doubt, take profits. Absolutely. Man, I can't tell you how many times I would have people like, yo, do you think I should take profits? And I'm just like, listen, if you even have to ask me that question, you should already be out, right? And I say this because if you're asking yourself, damn, should I take profits? You should. Why? Because at that current moment, you're in a position where you no longer know if it's going to continue going or not, right? So the best thing you can do is take that. If it continues, take joy in the fact that you were right, right? And if the day comes, if you have to ask someone else, like, yo, do you think I should take profit, bro? Hell yeah. No question asked. No question is like, that's one of the easiest ways to know if you should be out of something or not. Yeah, buddy. Let's go. Locking some profits on the Forex side. Yep. I got out early from my second trade just now because perfect. That's also a good reason to exit out of positions. If you feel that you're just not there mentally, take it out. Like, I'm exhausted, guys. Like, even this weekend I probably got like maybe 4 hours on Saturday, maybe 3 hours. No, Sunday, I think Sunday I got like 3 hours. I went to bed at like 3 and then I was up at like 7. So literally, like, I'm just tired, but I'm here. I literally wanted to take today off because I thought it was going to be like a big ass holiday, but then I'm seeing that the market still had pretty good volume, and this is just goes to show my commitment to y'all. And just a reminder, next my last trading day is going to be next week on the 16th. The 16th, 11 a.m. is going to be the last day I'm trading. until I come back on the 26th. I will be in Tanzania for 6 or 7 days. No, 7 or 8 days. I leave on the 16th and I come back on the 26th. So 10 days. Now, if you guys want to follow what I may be saying as far as like, opportunities in the markets and analysis, I suggest you shoot me a follow on IG. I post mainly more on my personal because it's just easy, but I will be posting on both. What I'm looking at possibly first thing in the morning. I'll even post a chart as well. And for those of you guys that want to be able to check that out, I'm going to type my IG again. Okay, it's my IG is RIG24. Let me double check. I don't be sure sometime. Yep. Rig24, okay. And below the name I go by is Riggs, RIGGZ. All right. I know the past few months there's been a lot of scammers either trying to imitate my personal page or my trading page. And my trading trade, as you guys know, it's Rigonometry trading. So either one of those, shoot a follow because I will be trading. And since Tanzania is 7 hours ahead of East Coast time, I'm going to be smacking the London session. Just entered a long on ES at 43.33. 3 contracts. Leave room to add a few more. So I'll probably end up having a full position. If it pulls back to 43.25, I'll add, and then so I'll probably have about maybe 9 to 12 contracts long on ES. Yes, it is. That's my middle name, which is the last name of my biological father. Yes, I have 4 names. Legal names. Yeah, it's super long. There we go. Let's go ES. Yes, yes. Run it. I'd be thinking like it's more like people from outside of America that be having that has like 4, 5, 6 names. People here is just first, last. Maybe they might have a junior or maybe initial, but people from overseas, oh my goodness, they'd be like 4 or 5 names. It's da 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 da. It's like holy crap. Like yeah, I don't like my fault. Mm. I wonder. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, Go ES. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Do 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 do. Mm-mm. Host, do you have any kids yet, bro? Okay. Shoot, sounding like you have a couple already. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep going till I have a son. It's like, oh, whoa. Okay, gotcha. Ah, oof. It's a best stretch. Oh wow, time's flying. All right, so I don't know if you guys want to ask any questions. Yeah. Any questions, guys? Because we have about 30 minutes left. Mm-mm-mm. Facts, bro. That's the biggest part, man. You just can't be having kids with just anyone, man. It's like the minute you do, it's like this person is in your life forever, like till you pass. And it's like, and if you make a bad choice, and that goes for women too. Like if you guys pick a shitty person to be the father of your children, and that's not active in any way, shape, or form, it's crazy because like a lot of things in life, I can always like bring it back to trading, right? It's like you picking a shitty trading setup, right? That has a very low probability of you winning. And I don't know, this is why I just love numbers and charts because like it just keeps things simple. So when I look at stuff and it's just like, is this really worth it? It's like, nah, I just cut my losses, right? So when it comes to both male and females, picking the right person to procreate with is it's crucial, man. Think of it as a life sentence, like whether good or bad. And for me, it's like I look, it's like, okay, I watch how the person moves. I don't really tell them much stuff about like what I like, what I don't like, and I just like to see how they act during certain conditions and situations. And if I see that, mainly I pay more attention to like when I do something to upset them or they're not happy with me. It's like, are they gonna still remain having that same level of respect for me to where they're not gonna call me out of my name or they're not gonna do something to continue the drama or the issue. And I've dated women that like they're very disrespectful. Like the minute they get upset, man, oh, they start coming out of their neck and super ratchet. And it's just like, whoa, like, yeah, definitely not having no kids with you. Matter of fact, this we can just go our separate ways. So and this again is very important for men and women because it's unrealistic to think that once we're with someone, like we're gonna like them all the time. Like I may not like you all the time, but I'm sure as hell gonna continue to, give you the respect, right? And when I see men and women especially men, like just dogging and disrespecting the mother of their kids. It's like, that's the mother of your child, bro. Like, it makes no sense to me. So that's a very important thing. But there's a lot of things that has been lost throughout the years, and people are so infatuated with having certain appearances and certain, certain views, or just really trying to impress people, or just getting caught up in things and never really taking the time to like really assess stuff. And it's like in all aspects of life, whether it be trading, financial, personal, you always want to really assess the situation. It's just like, is this something I'm gonna put up with? Like, and I've told some people, I was like, yo, this ain't gonna work. Like, I know myself, and I guess a lot of it comes with actually taking time to really understand and know yourself, right? Because a lot of us, like, we get so caught up in life and trying to survive and in trying to make ends meet, that we never really have time to like really, one, converse with ourselves, two, to like really like look within. It's like, okay, what do I really like, what do I really want, right? And and for the most part, we're never really asked that question. And then we never really ask ourselves that, because somebody could ask us what we want and we could lie. We could be like, oh yeah, I want this, but real deep down it's like, no, no, the hell I don't. um so that's one thing that I don't know, I personally feel has like really helped me just in life. And again, when it comes to trading, is really understanding what I want, the type of lifestyle I want to live, the type of people I want around me. And I have full control of who I allow to be around me, whether personally, financially. And again, some of us may not be in that position where we can, select who we allow to be around us financially, because, we have responsibilities, right? We have to put food on the table. We have to maintain a roof over our heads. But being able to be involved in something that can give you that type of freedom, where it's like, you know what? I don't want to work today. I want to go lay up somewhere. Matter of fact, I want to go hang out the mall and spend some money today, right? We have that choice. So definitely be very cautious in who you select to procreate with, whether women or female, because there are some guys out there that are straight ass, like they are not worth a dime, and there are females out there that are not worth a dime either, right? But you're only going to know that by actually really paying attention to the people, to the person, and not telling them what you like, right? Because if you tell somebody, oh, I like this, I like that, they are going to, for a short period of time, act that way. And then people be amazed, like, yo, 2 years in, like, yo, why did they do a complete 360? Because at first you met their representative, right? It's like going to a job interview. When you go to a job interview, you're not dressed like you're dressed regularly, which is why most of the time you guys seem like, I went months looking like a straight caveman. Like I was probably homeless is out there probably had better haircuts and grooming than I did. But I just don't give a shit. I'm like, who am I impressing? Who do I have to clean up for, right? Like, do I have a boss telling me for me to come into the office I have to look a certain way? Like, no. Do I have someone like, oh, you gotta, no, I don't know. If I don't want to get a cut, if I want to look like a hobo, I can. I just don't give a shit. Why? Because I'm in a position where it's like, you don't control my income. You don't control what I'm in full control of that. So if I want to look like this, or I want to be in rags and sweats and shorts all day long or all month long, that's my choice. I can do that. Now, granted, a lot of us don't have that choice yet. I'm going to say yet, but you guys are working towards it, right? So again, I don't personally tell people what I like. I just like to see if they can be aware enough to see when they do something that may upset me or rub me the wrong way. Because when you tell someone what you like for a short period of time, they can conform to that and fool you. And then 2 years down the line, it's like, yo, like, there was none of this in the beginning. Because in the beginning, you met their representative. So you always want to give people time to really show you their true colors. And it usually comes when people are upset and when you hit a rough patch. Everyone knows when you hit a rough patch, that's when you really see who has, like, who is there that's going to support you. When people are mad at you or drunk, that's when you really find out their real view of you. And I've had people where, at first they were acting all nice and whatever. And then at some point, indirectly, like they were trying to like talk smack, and it's like, and after that I'm like, I'm good with you. They don't know that I know what they said about me behind my back, because again, I don't need to blow someone else's spot and whatever. But again, just really pay attention to people, just like you sit here and you pay attention to these charts and you try to decipher and understand, okay, well, if this happened, well, right here, this was resistance last week. So essentially we could really expect price to come back into this area and bounce. And guess what? Oh snap. It did, right? So hopefully, you guys really take the time to understand yourselves, and with trading, being able to understand your personality, your do's and don'ts will really provide you with longevity in this industry. And then also, even in personal life, like being able to sit down and pay attention to the minutest detail and try to pick out the potential scenarios or the most probable scenarios will help you in personal, financial, and all aspects of life. Let me read some comments. So always look at the girl's mother because good morning, Gator. What's up, my brother? Gotta have some the same balance of principle. I have a traditional viewpoint relationship. Facts, yeah. Jaffe, that's 100% fact, bro. Facts. Well said, bro. Okay. Let's see, what time is it? Pull back on NQ and ES for the London close. I'm gonna be jumping off again at 11. Some nice trades. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay. Understand, a closed mouth don't get fed. Let me check YouTube, see what they're saying. If anyone's asking any questions here. Okay, no questions. Listen, any questions, again, ask. If you're shy, DM me. If you're shy and you don't want me to answer it on the live, shoot me an email. My email's in the bio. You can see it on the stream, rigonometrytrading@gmail.com. Am I still long ES? Yes, I was looking to add to ES at 43.25, which it is approaching. It's currently at it right now, so I'm gonna just wait because it might pull back to 43.20, but I will be adding at 43.20 another 3 contracts on ES, and then from there I'll give it another 10 points. So I'll probably be risking to I'll probably risk like 43.05. But adding at 43.20 will bring my average to like around 43.24 or 43.23. Now more like 43.24. So yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna shut down and go take a nap. So I guess since I'm not seeing any questions being asked, I'm gonna assume that everyone understands everything that I've been saying, understanding what I was mentioning about the longs, the gaps. Well, I didn't really touch much on the gaps, but again, I will be dip buying because I know that this gap is gonna get filled on ES. I'm buying, I'm in because I know this gap is going to be filled, right? And you can see that it came really close to it, right? So as long as it continues to print higher lows, on a 15-minute time frame. So let's say this is the low of the day right here. 42.99. Let's just round it off to 4,300. 4,300 is the low of the day. We broke out, pulled back, higher low, higher low. Now if this holds over 43.20, this is going to be another higher low. So once I add here, it's going to bring my cost average to around 43.24, 43.25. So now when price gets back over 43.30, I'm going to be in profits on 6 contracts. And then I'm going to be looking for price to take out this this high, and probably take some more off, and then move my stop loss to break even, and then call it a day. Eat some breakfast, go to sleep, and then do it all again tomorrow. No chance you go. Yeah, it'll most likely probably be like an hour nap, and then hit the gym. So yes, I'll probably nap to like 12, and then hit the gym, come back, do some work. You think Tesla will fill the gap from Friday? Damn, bro, you're not gonna give me this ad? Hater. 1 second, guys.
Order filled.
All of these things didn't have it. 1 second. I just added to ES. Setting another buy limit on NQ at 15,015.
Order filled.
Filled on NQ.
Fairly narrow range for the S&P this morning, at least as the S&P gainers, let's say the top 15 or 20 are all going to be within defense. Losers are going to be mainly in the travel space. We mentioned the airline index having its worst day since Spain, but you'll see some cruise lines in there as well.
Stocks a bit
Okay, so MES.
treasuries could be what Fed has done. Let's talk about
Order filled.
Okay. All right. So Tesla. So the thing is with with stocks, they do tend to they do may take longer to fill the gaps, but yeah, I do believe Tesla will fill the gap. We'll probably see this fill tomorrow. Um, reason why I say that is because I see the pattern. Here was the low. We ran up. We pulled back. This was a higher low, higher low. We ran up where we broke above this level. And you can see where price has bounced, right? So this area right here between 251 and 254 is essentially a buy area on Tesla, right? Price will come and retest this area and then pushed up, what you can see it did here. This gap down is solely based off of the gap down on NASDAQ, ES, and Dow, mainly because because Tesla is in the NASDAQ. So if you wanted to buy, let's say, end of the week calls on Tesla, let's say you want to go slightly out of the money. So right now, 54. So you probably would want to do like 56 or maybe 58. Those calls would be a lot cheaper than in the money calls. What if you're gonna buy the shares? I mean, yeah, I mean, buying here, looking for this movement, I mean, it's pretty worth it. But honestly, I probably would do calls versus buying the actual shares because it'd be cheaper and you'd probably make more. I would agree. I got calls. Yeah. So whether you buy the calls for the end of this week or the end of this month, um, I would say by tomorrow, Wednesday, maybe the latest, we'll see this gap fill. Now, granted, as long as things remain how they currently are and we don't have any more additional negative news, should be good. But either way, I probably would do like maybe 2 weeks out or maybe at the end of the month. And then just let it do its thing. Close out starting. Okay, yep. Nice. Okay, end of the week. Yeah, you should be good by tomorrow, Wednesday, the latest. And as you can see, ES is pulling back even more.
So back to rates. Do we go higher from here? We hit the target rate. We'll just be there for a long period of time.
Mm.
Order filled.
Okay, just added to ES at 43.16.5. New average, 6 contracts, 43.22.25. So as soon as we get a pop on the London close, I'll close it out and call it a day. There we go. There we go. Beautiful ad. Beautiful ad. So now, because obviously you guys know I'm in the negative on this ES long. So once it gets over 43.22.25, I can essentially close out the position and then reposition myself, right? Because right now I am 9 contracts long with an average cost of 43.22. So sometimes if I get tired of seeing a position in red, I'll reposition, meaning soon as I get in profits or I minimize the loss, I'll close it out and then I'll reposition. So now next time I go in, instead of me going in 3 contracts at a time, I'm going to do 2 or 1. Oh, ZL, nice. Wild. Got positions, got buy orders and stuff. Not forget about it. You have to be more specific as to why you're taking a trade. Was it a long? Was it a short? Why'd you take it? Where was your stop? Where was your TP? Multitasking. Oh. Doing a funded challenge for futures. Awesome. What broker? Oh, absolutely. Listen, NQES, they all can move up higher. Remember, there's a huge gap that needs to be filled. Top step. Okay, nice. Hey, it's a good start, man. It's a good start. It's better than coming in and risking your full hard-earned capital, right? So a small fee to be able to get access to 50K of trading capital. Well, not the entire 50K, but essentially, you know what I mean. But no, that's good. Top step. I haven't tried them out yet, but I do know that they did modify their rules and stuff like that, so they're actually pretty good now, from what I'm hearing. I have a few people that are actually funded with them and stuff like that. One of the viewers in here, Gator Trader, he's funded with them. Yeah, not ready for that. Nice. Oh, absolutely. That's how, yeah. I mean, if you catch a nice good day and you make 2, 3 thousand and you can withdraw that in 5 days or whatnot, absolutely. Again, different firms will have different um they'll have different guidelines and stuff like that, different pros, different cons. So you just gotta see which is better for you. But ladies and gentlemen, that is 11 o'clock for me. Again, I'll stick around just to finish a few more questions if you guys have. I'm still in the ES long. I actually added to my ES long position. My new cost average is 42, 43, 22, 25. So once it gets over that, like right now, I'm literally just minus like what, uh, 50 bucks, something like that. So, which I'm already profitable on the day. I've been profitable on the day. So I'm gonna close this out at break even and then maybe reposition myself. Um, but I do need to go get some food and maybe take a nap. So if there's no other questions, yeah, again, for the ones that just joined asking questions, um, tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, okay? 9 a.m. Eastern is when I jump on. I try to jump on a little early, maybe like 8:40, 8:50, to start streaming. So tune in tomorrow. Keep an eye on NASDAQ ES for a continuation to the upside. Um, with that being said, if you don't see a setup, don't rush the trade. If you're new, and for you that's AJ, I would suggest trading the micros first, or start off with the micros, because a 50K account, your drawdown is like somewhere between either 2K or maybe 1,000, I believe, with Top Step. So start off with the micros, base hits. Okay, what does that mean? Base hits. Take a trade, you're up 50, 100 bucks, take it, right? Because you're not trying to pass it all in one day. So that is going to be extremely beneficial to just build a cushion, right? So start off with the micros. ES is pretty good. It doesn't move crazy. It doesn't have crazy volatility. So and essentially what you want to do is whatever your target price is. So let's say you have to make 3K. Take 3K and divide it amongst, if you started today, your account would reset on the 9th of November. So take whatever the profit target is, count how many days you have until the reset, right? And divide it by that. So if it's 20 days, divide 3,000 by 20. That's how much you need to make per day. That should be your daily goal, right? And once you reach your daily goal, call it a day. Now, if you make the choice to continue to be there and trade, and either you make more or you lose more, you have to be okay with that. All right. So with that being said, again, guys, have a wonderful day. Happy Money Monday. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. sharp. Peace.